You know, you're a hungry boy. You're a hungry boy. You are a hungry boy. Morning, Zara. Morning, Palin. How's it going? How you doing? Gerry, I see you under there. What a pickle. I feel a bit tuckered out today, truth be told, after yesterday. Morning, Hansan. It's amazing how much it can take it out of you. The video games. Morning, Joe. Good morning, Megalomaniac. Hansan, thank you very much. Oh my gosh, 60 months. Blimey. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Pastel. Good morning, Saffron and Shadow, and Molly and Mazira and Dave and Asenta. Yeah, yesterday was just like full. Morning, Rob. I'll get you your pellets, Gerry boy. Hello. I know you want them. I know. This is going to have a lot of dust in it because I'm at the end of the bag now. There you go. There's a lovely trail of dust at the end. Oh, are you going around Fifi? There we go. I'll go here. You go there. Good morning, lazy butt. B, thank you very much for the 37 months. Morning, everyone. Good morning. And Mana, thank you very much for the 42 months. Boop, 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 beep. Morning, Sam. Good morning, Mana. How are you doing? How we do? Oh my gosh, another one? Wigwam, thank you very much for the 3 months. Good morning. It's snowing today in Sheffield. What? I was just thinking yesterday how it felt like it was getting a bit like, it's getting a bit more springtime now, and maybe I don't need to do the bunny's heaty pads at night anymore. But no, today I've woken up and it is a little bit chilly again, but not that chilly. Good morning, Shark Dog. Good morning, Hamish and Thomas. Shadow, thank you very much for the bits. Yay, Banui train. But yeah, yesterday, I know it doesn't sound like much, but because I used to work, really full on days. But I was like, from like 10:30 to 1:30 was recording time, and then I had between 1:30 and 2 to like set up the Stardew mods and download the game and install all the mods and check everything was working to do the stream for 3 hours. And then so we did that until 5, and then between 5 and 6 I just had to like plug in the PlayStation, download the game, sign up to PS Plus, troubleshoot that, check everything was working, change all of my setup over, and then streaming that until like gone 8 o'clock. And then at the end of it, I was just like, oh my gosh. Just having to like, Dave, thank you very much for the bits as well. Scam training modes, gotta catch them all. I don't even know what the ones are at the moment. But yeah, it's like, I think just having to like put on many different hats, if that makes sense. When it's like, I have my setup for recording, I have a setup for streaming, I have a setup for streaming console, and just going between them and being on for like however long that is, like 10 hours. I was just like, by the end of it, like Alex got home and he was at his computer when I finished the stream yesterday, and he was like, how was your day? And I just sort of flopped in the chair and was like, I can finally switch off. But I didn't realise until Anhu said that I pretty much spent the entire day with Kirsty, because she was in the recording, and then obviously we streamed twice together in the afternoon and the evening. Boop, 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 boop. Good morning, John. But yeah, so I'm a bit tuckered out today, but then I get to do a comfort zone with Kirsty after this. She can't get enough of each other. Can't leave each other alone. But yes. Did I miss a stream? Yeah, I did. I did Stardew and Brandale stream in the evening. How did I used to stream 3 times a day, Rob? I don't know. How did I used to work a full day at the vet and then come home at stream? I don't know anymore. Come on in, Lay. But then again, I am very old. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep, beep. I think it's just like a different kind of tired. So I think when it's like the difference between a job and a hobby, I guess. So when you're like, you've got your work and then you come home and stream, it's like the activity equivalent of the dessert stomach. You've still got room for it because it's sweet and lovely. I think it's like that. Bring back the Friday evening, go until 1:30 streams. Oh my gosh. I remember those days. I would like work at the vet all day and then come home, and then Stardew would just go on until like Saturday morning. Oh my gosh, Vivi. Blimey. Nowadays, I was streaming until 8 p.m. last night and I was like, oh, this is too late. I was like yawning away. I'm squishy now. Much too squishy for these sorts of things. Morning, Lee. Good morning, Custard. But yeah, it's room for stream pud. True. I mean, that's not to say that streaming is work now, sort of thing. I do still enjoy it. Oh my gosh. But I guess there's just like a lot more considerations when it is a full-time thing. I guess there's more. Oh yeah, I meant to say I forgot to turn off the Nightbot timer. So you're gonna see that 6 times today. This was the first of the times. Just so she knows. I think it was mainly ready and making it. Well, it must have been even later for him back then. Yeah, I guess it was going into like, but then that's like those gamers. They're all like always staying up until like I'll wake up in the morning and I'll have messages from Ridian and Kirsty being like, oh, should we get this mod for Stardew or whatever? And I'll look at the time and it's like 4 a.m. and I'm like, why are you still awake? Which of course is like 5 for Ridian. I'm like, I just can't do that anymore. Like, I have my yearly stay up late for Dota, but other than that, veg. I like veg. Totally not me right now. Lazy bird. Fifi's around the corner and Gerry is pooping. It's been abandoned so early. Oh. Gamers who don't have to get up for work in the morning. True. It is funny how the recordings are seen as so early when they're at 10:30. I mean, for Shadow, I can understand that is blooming early. But But yeah, good morning, owls. But I guess because I've had jobs where the early starts were definitely very early, so I can appreciate it now, sort of thing. Goodness knows how I'd get on if I went back into my old jobs. But you do just get into, I think it's all about getting into the habit of it, isn't it? Like back when I used to do film work, I would just get through on like 4 hours sleep every night for weeks because that's just, you become a bit more programmed to do that. Whereas if I did that now as just like a one-off thing, I'd be knackered. No, I know. I didn't really drink caffeine. Um, I get up at 11:30 and honestly that's even pushing it for me. I did Tesco delivery driving and they were 5 a.m. starts. I think the worst I ever had was definitely Downton Abbey when I used to get a train at, I think it was 4:30 in the morning to get to the studio to start at like 7:30. Those were long days because then you'd work for 12 hours and still have to get back from London at the end of the day. But trains even run at 4:30. Yeah, that was like the only super off-peak train from Bristol to London was 4:30. And so I could have got a slightly later train, but to save money, I would have to get that one instead every day. That was tiring because I just remember one morning I like it was just raining so much that I just got so soaked and I just remember being sat on a train absolutely freezing and soggy at 4:30 and I was like, I don't want to do this. If you had to go back into camera work, what TV show would you like to work on? Oh, that is a good question. Trying to think what TV shows are even still. I've been like watching so much old stuff that I've sort of forgotten what actually is on TV at the moment. Here he is. There's my boy. Did you have a good poop? I hope he did. Aside from Traitors, obviously. I mean, if something like Succession was being filmed in the UK, that would be a good one. Or, I mean, I guess there's like different. Where has he gone? Are they both just in the corner now? They are. They've been abandoned. I guess if I were to go... Oh, I can see Fifi through the gap. There she is. Hello, Fifi. You having fun in there? Are you surprised at having been spotted? Hello. Let me give this a good think. What would I want to do? I'm trying to think what the thing I enjoyed doing the most was. Because I think for me, like, the thing I enjoyed about TV work was the variety of it. So, getting to, like, work on... I used to do dailies. So I would work on, like, Gerry! I'd work on a show for, like, a week and then go on to something else. And that used to be nice to just be able to mix it up. There you go. You can have your second one. Gerry needs to have his two as well. Whereas long-standing shows, I did used to enjoy doing like the more like period stuff. Like when we did Living in the Dead, I just found the set design really nice. I never got to work on Poldark. I got asked to do it so many times. So I wonder if there's like an equivalent of Poldark that's filming at the moment. Good morning, Sienna. But I also, working on Traitors would be fun though, wouldn't it? I imagine it's an absolute nightmare. Especially if you're doing what I used to do. Is Bridgerton still going? I don't know if they're planning to do another series of that. That would be fun to work on, though. Would have been fun to work on the first series. But I have been thinking about this recently because I went to see, like, it's strange when there are people who I worked with who you don't really like keep up with everything they're doing these days. But I went to see All of Us Strangers at the cinema, and I always stay and watch the credits just to see if there's anyone I used to know. And someone I used to work with on Holby, their name was in the credits, and I was like, oh my gosh, they got to work on this. That's so cool. And you do always get that little bit of like, if I had have still been working in that, would I have worked on this? And stuff like that. Like, what would I be working on now? And especially as like it was around the same day that I met up with my friend who has just qualified to be a vet nurse, who I worked with at the same time. So I keep on having all these thoughts of like, if I had have stuck with that, what would I be doing now? And if I had have stuck with that, what would I be doing now? It's just weird seeing all these different like branches of things. I keep getting suggested so much of the promotional stuff for All of Us Strangers, but I've already seen it. Sliding doors moments. Alex keeps on talking about sliding doors because Tuesday we went to go and see the Holdovers, and I think was that the same director as Sliding Doors. Thank you, Nightbot. And also it has Paul Giamatti in, I think. Was he in that? I've never seen it. But Alex is saying that it has very similar vibes to Holdovers. But yeah, it is an odd one. And I think it's also like the thought of like, you don't know what you're going to do next. Because obviously, if I was like working as a doctor at the moment or something, I'd be like, I will probably carry on being a doctor for a long time. But when you're doing stuff like this, where you're like, there's only so long you can do this for, it's strange because you're like, what will I do next? The future is like the least certain, not in a bad way, just in an intriguing way. It's just odd. I think it's always going to be very odd looking back at 2020, I think, as a year that just completely, put everyone in its pocket and shook it about. And changed a lot of people's courses for their life, sort of thing. Good morning, Walnut. There's no set progression. Yeah, you don't work your way up and one day I'm going to be the manager of Twitch. I'm going to work my way up through management and I'm going to take over one day. It doesn't really work that way. I think the only real thing you have control over is, do I quit whilst I'm ahead or do I wait for it to to push me out? I don't know if that's the right way to look at it. Then ban everyone except bunnies. Yes. Yes. But yeah, it's an odd one. Quit whilst ahead or stream until cancelled. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind, going out, being cancelled for just something funny. Front page Dota streamer. Oh no. Rob, are you coming to Dota Birmingham? You gonna join us? Whatever. Fifi is now pooping, and Gerry has gone into the other. They've just swapped activities. I can hear Gerry digging away. Gerry! Gerry! Don't know if he wants his. Oh no. I can see you with LEDs and a fridge of Monster next to you. Oh jeez. Not energy drinks, please no. I think I've had one once and I did not appreciate it. I do think I gave up trying to play other heroes in Dota because they're too complicated. We should do Dota again. Alex keeps on saying how much he wants to play with you, but he likes playing ranked. So if you could just, play 100 games or whatever. So, whatever it is that you have to do to play ranked on Dota. Thank you. That is your homework for the evening. Doesn't say get good. Sienna's literally better than all of us. Sienna is ridiculously good for someone who's only just started playing Dota. I've got like 2,000 hours and you're better than I am. Gerry! You've already had yours, I'm afraid, my baby. I'm just trying. Oh, sorry, Fifi. I'm just trying to get Gerry's attention. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't have rustled a packet. It was mean of me. You've already had them, though. I got your little hand. I got your little hand. Would you like some pellets? Some of your fibre pellets? Because maybe shaking that will call them out. I know. You're giving kisses in exchange for food. But I cannot give you food. Gerry! I swear that boy is going a little bit deaf, bless him. In his young age. His new young age bunny. Oh. Good morning, Limewood. Here you go, Fifi. Oh, here he is. Oh, you can hear. So you're going deaf towards me calling you, but towards the pellets being shaken. That he can hear. Gerry, here you go, baby boy. Oh, bless he. Gerry, another one for you. Here you go. He looks so scrungy at the moment because of his because of his molt line. His little face is just such a grumpy little face. There's one there. There's one over here for you, baby boy. There you go. Oh, you've got such a soft little mouth. I love it. Oh, there you go, Fifi. There you go. Sniffer, sniffer. I'm still stuck on Rob's question. I'm still stuck. I mean, I guess it would be nice to do something like the pottery throwdown, just to see how those sorts of things are like. I never really got to work on any shows like that. I did drama and comedy. I didn't really do that sort of reality stuff. So I feel like that would have been nice, just to have an extra thing to add. Because I guess in a way, like, it must be a completely different ball game. Because good morning, Loboto. They such cute bunnies. Oh, thank you. I'm very proud of them. Because obviously you get used to like a certain like way of working. You know, you go through blocking and rehearsal and then filming and stuff, whereas when it's just, you know, going live, I did have some experience of like, well, obviously not live, but I guess my only experience of that stuff was like doing stuff with yogs, because that couldn't really be rehearsed. And I did do some actual live filming, which is good. I think in a way it's like, good morning, Revan. It was nice doing live stuff because it was one of those things that it's like, if you know, you can't really waste time on thinking like, oh, I could have done that shot better, or oh, I could have done. You just have to like be thankful for when you do get the right shot at the right time. You don't have to worry about it as much. Whereas I think if you're doing something that's more drama, you can you know, do like 19 takes and worry that you've not got the best one. Would you ever work at a wrestling promotion? I would definitely give that a go. That seems to be fun. I always think about that when I see the cable bashers are at ringside, because I used to have to do so much cable bashing at work. So when I see that, I'm like, I appreciate what you have to do. I appreciate how much, like, what a thankless task that must be. What are bunnies doing when they're vibrating their mouths like that when they're not eating? So, that is morning poke. That's bunny equivalent of purring. It's called tooth purring, and they just do these tiny little chomps, and it's just because they're happy. So Fifi's she's just happy at the moment. It's just like she's just purring away to herself. Cable bashing it's just when you have to like coil up the cable in a certain way to keep it out of people's way. You're just in charge of it. So we used to do these big, like, I did so much of it on Holby, where you used to have these shots that would be, you know, the typical shots that you get on hospital dramas where it's like either pushing a bed towards A&E or something, and they're like, walk with me, and they do these big shots where you're going down corridors, and people always think like, wow, that camera work, that's amazing, but they don't think of the little second assistant camera who's running frantically behind the camera, having to coil up, you know, like 60 meters of cable as the camera walks through, that they've had to lay out for this whole shot. I mean, morning G-Volt, a lot of it is a lot of it would just be on like wireless. Like you would have these little things that you could attach to the camera and then to the monitors. But for some reason on Hobie, they like to do it all hardwired. Bye bye, Sienna. Have a good day. I hope it all goes well. Morning, Hayley. So yeah, it was always a lot tougher. Like on Holby City, the sets had been specifically designed for it to be easy to cable up the cameras. We had what we would call mouse holes that were built into the set. So you could just go from like Video Village, which is where the monitors live, onto set very easily. But then you would do like there were times when we would go and work in these big like old houses and stuff, and obviously they're not built to have a camera crew in there at all, let alone having little places that it's safe to put cables. So that was always a bit of a nightmare. And also their walls would often like interfere with signals from wireless things. So it was like it was always quite, it was nice having a challenge, to be honest, because I guess when you work like 10 months on the same sets, it can, like, whenever you did get to go on location, it was very exciting because you got to be challenged in a different way. I did really enjoy doing Holby. She looks comfy. Yeah, she's a happy lady at the moment. And she's still purring. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're a happy girl. Yeah. You can have your treat soon. Got some spinach for you. Happy, 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 happy. I don't know what Gerry's up to at the moment. He disappeared off somewhere, but I can't hear him causing chaos. He's just somewhere, isn't he? Somewhere. Being a boy. I know, jump, jump. Jump, jump. Jump, jump, jump. They did an in unison chomp chomp yesterday. So often when you're cuddling them, bunnies will do these like chomp chomps. And I don't really know why they do them, but they seem to do them when they're cozy. But just a little chomp chomp. There you go. She did it again. And the bunnies were like smushing their heads together, and I kissed like in between them, and they both just did an in unison either side of me. Chomp chomp. I was like, what are you thinking? What are they talking to each other about, eh? Speaking of little floofy things, I've still not seen our new addition. I put them into the tank, and then that's been it. Food disappears. I put new food down, I refresh the water, I smooth over the sand, and then nothing. And in the morning, the food is gone. There were little scampers in the sand, but but other than that, nothing. I'm hoping I'm going to catch them one day. Because at this point, if anyone adopts them, I'm not going to have a clue how to actually get hold of them. Because they're just, I don't know. I started to get paranoid yesterday because I was like, what if I've put in the wrong food or something, or put in something that's dangerous, and the little baby, something terrible's happened because they hadn't got up in the evening when they had the night before. But today there were the little prints, and the teeny tiny bit of broccoli I left out was gone, so they're okay enough. I'm thinking I might just have to set up like a camera in the tank so I can keep an eye on them. Just to see that they are, getting up to stuff. Because annoyingly, I need to like move stuff around in the tank so that they can actually reach a lot of the stuff. But I can't do that if I'm worried that I'm gonna, squish squish the Hompto whilst I'm moving things. So I need to know where they are first. But yeah, watch the Hompto 24 hours a day. Well, I think I'll just have to stay up through the night because they won't get up in the day. But at some point between like 1 a.m. and 8 a.m. is when when their domain is. Those are their waking hours. Because yeah, I've been trying to like work it out by smoothing the sand and checking on it. Checking on when the prints appear. It's like trying to find Will Smith. La 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 la. Just look for the fresh prints. But yeah. My worry about having a camera though is I think, isn't there stuff about how like animals can see infrared, like it can disturb them? So when we think like there isn't a light coming from a camera, for them there is. And I wouldn't want that to like put them off of getting up. It's also like, it has only been like we picked them up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's only been like 3 days. They had a big day on Monday. Literally, they left their family for the first time and went to 2 new places. Away from all their siblings and their mum. So I'm not surprised if it's going to take... And also I think Robrowskis are just a bit shyer than Syrians anyway. So yeah. Speaking of being shy, should I see if I can summon some shy bunnies that are refusing to appear at the moment? Bloomin' shy banoos. Good morning, cow. Gerry! Gerry! Here he be. You're like teenagers at the moment, only coming out your room for food. Here you go, Gerry. You got a head start. Fifi! Fifi! Being ignored. There we go. And 25 can still do that. And just like that, I'm abandoned. The home shouldn't be in the walls. They've not been out of the tank since they got here, so I'd be very surprised if they'd managed to get out. So hopefully... Wait, what was Sienna's instructions? Hiccup. Hiccup. Nom 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 nom. What was I gonna say? Because I was hoping that, I mean, it's one of those things that with Syrians, you're like, I felt like I needed to get them out of the tank every day because it's good enrichment and it gives them more space, and they're always desperate for space no matter how much space you give them. Whereas this home is so tiny that I'm thinking like I've not even heard them go on their wheel. I think that's how big the tank is compared to them, that they have enough space to run around without like getting more. But yeah, I think I need to, I mean, they will get a little bit bigger, but they've still got like a whole other half of the tank that they've not explored because they're too small to get to it. So I'm hoping that they do just try to explore, like the bigger they get, they try and reach new heights. But if ever I do get a chance to like move things around, I will. I've been trying to plan it out, have like a little plan of action. Thought wheels were bad for hamsters. No, wheels are good. Small wheels are bad. So for a dwarf hamster, I think the minimum is a 21 centimetre wheel. And for a Syrian, the minimum is a 28 centimetre wheel. As long as their backs are flat whilst they're running, then they're okay for them. But if they're curving at all, because I actually, why a small wheel's bad. So basically, if small wheels are bad, because if the hamster's back is curving, it can cause spinal damage over a long time of them having to like bend their backs whilst they exercise, sort of thing. So you want to have a nice flat back as if they're just like running normally. So like 90% of wheels that you see are not suitable in, you know, photos of setups of Hompters. We actually bought a 32 centimetre wheel for Squeak because she was so large that with the 28 centimetre one, I was still looking at her and going like, I'm not convinced that your back is completely flat. So I upgraded hers. But for Giulietta, the 28 centimetre one was fine. The flying saucer type wheels that you get also aren't particularly suitable because it can cause them to sort of be unsteady as they run because they're at an angle. So yeah, they're not really advised for hamsters either. But yes. Kraken, thank you very much for the 39 months. Happy 39 months. Did you know that 39 is a perfect... Wait, a what? Totient? Totient. I do not... What does that mean? I've never seen that word before. Totient. I have no idea. Oh. It's the issue with hamster balls. Well, no, the issue with hamster balls... Yes, it does bend their backs, but the issue with hamster balls is also they can't decide when to stop exercising, and also they can't have access to water or food. So you're basically like depriving them of basic necessities whilst they're in the ball. So wheels are a lot better for exercise than those balls. Good morning, Rob. Because whales, they can just choose to stop and they can get off and have a nice drink of water. Whereas in a bull, they're just sort of forced to keep going. Did I mistreat you? Did? I'm sorry, Rob. It is the after treats cuddle time now. But yeah, now I'm thinking the whale I have for rats is too small, as it's a 28 centimeter one. I mean, I guess it can. It's like if you did sorbing and they refused to let you out. Revan, okay, you. That's not how sentences begin. That's not how questions begin. You? If you could have any familiar, animal familiar / demon / whatever else you would call it, sidekick animal, what would you have? What would be your little... trying to think of another word for it. Animal friend. If you were a wizard. If you were a wizard, what would your animal familiar be? What a bear. That's Feddy's. Big bear. Corvid would be very lovely, yes. Every time I see crows, I try and say boop boop in the hope that they will one day learn to say boop boop. Boop boop. Like that other crow. A Nina bunny but with clothes on. Oh no. Boop boop. I did a web quiz and it said my His Dark Material style demon will be a snow leopard. Oh my gosh. Maybe a magpie. It is like a dream of mine to have a magpie friend, like to feed magpies to the point where they start bringing you trinkets. Gerry, I need to move back further because Gerry, I need to move back because you're too close for me to film. Now you're getting close. Gerry, this is all I can see of you is your bum. Hang on, I'll try and reverse. I've wedged myself in a Gerry. I don't know if I can actually... He's moved so close that my turning circle is greatly reduced. Oh. There you go. I was burst out of the table. Did you see that squirrel who left a cookie for a human who fed it? Oh, that is cute. Gerry, you're very cute. And you've never even brought me a cookie, and I still love you unconditionally. What do you think about that, eh? What do you think about that? One time one of my pet cats brought back a slice of bread he'd found and gave it to us. Oh my gosh. Did you eat it? Did you have it toasted? Very tasty. I still can't believe that cat that brought in a hamster. It's so, like, what a good cat. What a heckin' good cat. If people didn't hear about this, there was one of the hamsters at the rescue that we foster for at the moment was just brought in by a cat. Like, the cat brought it in entirely unharmed. Just found this hamster, I guess, wandering around in the street, having escaped from their house. And just brought it in and dumped it in front of the owner, just like, I found this. And she took it into the rescue. And now they're up for adoption. I was like, so many cats would have had a very different outcome with that story. But no, this little kitty cat was just like, I got this for you. I don't know what it is. But yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Hunting for the big city. Well, they obviously got it and just, thankfully didn't do the other bit. And now you can adopt. Their name is Matilda. And they can be adopted from Bristol Rabbit Rescue and Friends. Speaking of which, if you would like to name the invisible hamster that we have living in our house, if you do ! Name the hom, you can donate to name our hamster. I would say, so many people keep on being like, can you send me a photo of them? And I'm just like, literally not seen them. So no, I cannot. I can take a screenshot of the video that I took. But no, I cannot send you a photo, I'm afraid. I've just not seen them to take one. Eventually. I got a message from the lady who runs the rescue being like, have you seen yours yet? So I'm guessing all of them are being a bit shy at the moment. But I think a lot of the time when you do get Robrovskis in rescues, a lot of them will say like, they are a ghost hamster or they are a look, don't touch hamster. Are you sure they haven't escaped? The only signal that I have is the little, I smooth over the sand every night and by the morning there are little scamper marks in the sand. That is the only way I know for sure. And I will put food in like a very obvious place so I can tell that it's gone. But yeah, if either of those things stop happening, then I will start panicking. Good morning, Motara. But I am tempted to, because we do have a security camera that I could put in that would like, it does alert you when there's movement. And does a little recording. So that could work. Could do that. I mean, it would mean that it wasn't securing the house anymore. It's the only problem. Would it just be like, it would be sod's law, wouldn't it? If you're like, I'm just going to take the security camera away for one night just to check on the hamster and then you get burgled. But no, I'm sure it'd be fine. Fifi. I got really grumpy this morning because someone had dumped something outside of our house and I was going through all this, when you have these big arguments in your head and you're like, everyone's going to think that we've dumped it in the road because it's outside our house and they've done it on purpose to make it look like it was us and blah, 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 blah. And I was like staring out the window at this thing and then I was like, oh, I'm going to go to the loo. And I went to the loo and I came back out and it had gone and I was like, okay. I don't have to worry anymore. It's fine. All of this was for nothing. So yes, it was easily solved. I was thinking like after Bun Stream, I'm going to have to call the council and see if they can properly dispose of this and blah, 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 blah. Turns out the answer is just go for a wee. Everything is solved. Unless it reappears. Then I'll be Sedge. Tea. Good Fifi. Alex saw my rage and fixed it. He was in the office at the time. Unless that's just what he wanted me to think. Maybe I should put sand next to Alex's side of the bed and check for feetsy prints there as well. There's some phone apps you can use to take photos and report fly tipping. I just don't know how, like, I don't know how we would. I was getting to the point where I was thinking, like, would it be bad to start knocking on all of the neighbors' doors and ask if it's there? I was having a right grumble in my head about this. I was getting real, close to writing on that bloomin' Nextdoor app. The grumbly neighborhood app. People don't tend to fly tip on their own street. See, that's the problem. I was like, no, that would be too risky. It wouldn't be like, unless it was the next door neighbor and that's what they want you to think. But yeah, dear oh dear. I think I just woke up too tired. Too eepy. The old double bluff. It turns out it actually was me that put it out there. And then no one would suspect that I would have done it to myself. Perfect. The perfect crime. Ah, hello. You okay, baby boy? In a weird twist of events, we're having cuddles whilst you go off doing whatever destruction you're doing. You've subverting expectations. Briny self-reporting, is it time for that Among Us training to pay off? Yeah. Did you hear that cuddles were happening? Smooshy boy. I only have one hand. I cannot pet you both at the same time. I'm sorry. So I went to the shops yesterday and I saw sourdough and I was like, I am going to be good and I'm not going to buy this sourdough. There's, I can just have, we've got some oats. I'll just have porridge tomorrow. And now, ever since I woke up, all I've been able to think about is sourdough toast. And, oh my gosh, this is just turning into an hour of me grumbling about things. But, I was saying yesterday about they took my tax thingy. They took my tax twice. It hasn't even appeared on the HMRC website yet. So I still can't claim it back. So I went on yesterday to claim it back and I still can't. So I've got to wait however long it takes for them to be like, yeah, we've got your money. Do you want it? And then after that, I've got to wait 10 to 14 working days. And I'm meant to be going on holiday with Kirsty the week after next. It's going to be a curious one. I might just have to owe Kirsty. See sourdough, buy sourdough. That should be my new rule. That's a good rule to have. Sorry, Fifi. Sorry, Fifi. Wouldn't expect any miracles, I know. Oh. Dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear. But yeah, I'm just going to keep checking it every day and hope that it goes into the request repayment thingy. And that I can get it back. Eventually. But until then, I have £14 to my name. So it will be a very frugal holiday. Thankfully, I've already paid for the place. And Kirsty's giving us a lift, so I don't have to worry about buying a train ticket or anything. But that's... Kirsty can make me a packed lunch, yes. But I'm going to try and... I mean, maybe it'll come through sooner. It'll be fine. It'll all be fine. Look at this. Look at this little molt. Well, I guess it is time to send you all away somewhere lovely, I'm sure. Rob, are you at home today? Can you do it? Saffron, thank you. Thank you. Kirsty's gonna have a great birthday this year. I was hoping to make her a present this year, but I don't know if I've got time now. Because all of a sudden it's next week. It's just snuck up on me. Vizzy, yeah, we can go to Vizzy. I'm going to go and not eat sourdough toast now because of my past mistakes. Don't be like me, everyone. If you see sourdough, buy sourdough. Learn from my frugalies. What's the word? Frugality, frugalism, frugility, being frugal, and don't and buy. You don't like sourdough? Send all your sourdough to me. That is the new moral. Rating in big minutes. Thank you, Rob. I will say bye-bye. I will be back at 2 p.m. for... I'm going to do Skyrim today. Yeah, I'm gonna do Skyrim. And I will hopefully remember all of the buttons because it's been a long time since I've played. So I don't know if I will. But yeah, look after yourselves, everyone. Be good. And I shall... Oh, sniffer. I shall speak to you all soon. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Hey. I was worried Gerry was going to run away. But he hit. Hello. You've got a little bit of hay on your mouth. Hello. Hello. Cuddles? Do you want to have some cuddles? Oh, we gone? Nice. Thank you. Bye-bye. A boop. Boop.